welcome back. I hope all of you had a great Christmas. And we're mulching again. I'm also, as you can see, kind of playing around with layers on the GoPro, doing a picture-in-picture. I've got the video of us actually doing the time-lapse mulching. I think I'm gonna put it right about here. And I think we've got our camera set up. That's why I've kind of got myself put over toward this side of the screen. It's gonna take a little trial and error, but I'm trying to make these videos as helpful as possible. And I think doing a picture-in-picture will help greatly, because you guys will be able to see me, and I feel like when I can see somebody working, I can learn more, and I think it'll be a little bit more entertaining as well. I had one person, a viewer, asked me the other day. He was watching where we did Carl's pond project, and he inquired if I had any finished videos of that project, and I'd completely forgotten about doing that. So I called Carl and made sure everything was good, and he said the pond was not leaking, it was doing well. Where we had to leave off with that project after we dredged it out, it was kind of soupy, and it's still holding. And where we ended up putting the silt off to the side of the pond was actually, he informed me, a spring. So unless it's a wet weather spring, where when it's dry weather it'll dry, but just a regular, you know, constant spring, they never dry. They constantly flow to some degree, and that's probably what's causing it. But anyway, I'm gonna take you guys with me. I got Emma this week. Kelly's keeping her while I finish up this mulching job. For obvious reasons, I don't bring her on the mulching project. Too much chance of something coming in the screen on us. But I'll take you guys over there, and we're gonna just show up over there. I'm not gonna, you know, scout it out or nothing. What I see when I first walk up on it will be the same thing you guys see. So it'll look more like a real-time, you know, video. And if there is a leak or a problem going on that even Carl can't see, I can point out to you guys what I'm looking for and how I discover it. So that should be fun to revisit that little project. And might be my customer down there getting him a roll of hay out to his horses. So what we're working on as far as this mulching job, let's see if I can just spin around. Well, you guys may be able to see behind me, kinda. We're on some pretty steep pasture land, and you guys can kind of see, I don't know where you're at in the video with the picture-in-picture right there. Again, I'm not really putting a whole lot into editing. I'm just going to let this video play and just do this kind of part as a side note. But I was really wanting to be able to go up the side of the mountain where that little road is, where we started in mowing. And when I visited this job site, I told him, you know, because it's winter, the ground doesn't really dry out, and in these mountains of North Carolina under the leaf bed, it tends to be soft soil. You know, it loosens up, the leaves do shed water pretty good. But, and I'm going to have to pause intermittently because I'm working my way along another road here. I told him when we were meeting to look at this project, I was like, I really don't know how good I'm going to be able to do. You know, this is a rubber track machine. I may have to bring the 140 up here, which is a Fecon 140 if you guys want to look it up. I don't know if I've got any recent videos when I really started doing the GoPro action. Trying to reduce the noise as much as I can. But anyway, it's almost like a kind of like a V3 size dozer chassis, I guess is the best that I can describe it. And that thing will climb straight up. As long as it's not leaning back over, which ground doesn't do very much, it'll climb it. And it's an amazing little machine. But he knew from the start that the excavator may just not be the right machine for the job, but we're going to try it because on this particular job it's about $1,800 for a day. The 140, it ranges anywhere from $2,200 to $2,500 a day. But it's hard to stop that machine. I don't have to pause and let the head pick speed back up like this machine. This machine I'm finding is really good for like cleaning creek banks and stuff. And this is the 80. I'll put a description of it so I don't just keep going over and over that. I've got about 20-foot reach. So it's great for these, you know, where a road's cut in but it's steep off either side. Pond banks, you know, stuff up to really, if it's a hardwood 3 inches, you know, is the most that this machine likes to really do. Like that is my customer. And I just didn't know how well it was going to do. But anyway, it ended up being that it is just too damp still. And I told him, you know, if you want me to, I usually charge a 1-day minimum for the first day. And I told him that under this circumstance that I would just, you know, I was actually about 5 hours on the job when I stopped the other day. And I told him that given the circumstance that I would stop and just charge it a half day if we got to where the production started slowing down. So he actually had another road up here that he wanted the roadsides mowed back so he could ride his 4-wheeler and his cars up through here without briars slapping him in the face. So we'll get our full day in and he's going to be happy with it. And either A, I'll come back with the 140 soon, or I'm going to try to recommend to him. I mean, this is super steep. It's super steep. So I'm going to try to recommend to him maybe we just wait until summer, maybe catch a little bit of a drought. Oddly enough, if you wait too far into a drought, the ground's too dry, it turns to powder up here and it's hard to grip. So you almost got to kind of pick your battles when you're at this extreme of a steep slope. So I've found that in business, if I feel like I'm not really satisfied with how a project's going, I'd rather just, you know, tell the customer we need to regroup and do something a little different, because a lot of times, even if I'm not necessarily happy with how it's going or the speed, the customer still is. But I still like to let them know how I feel like it's going. And if I feel like that I can pull a machine off the job and bring another machine in that's going to do them a better job, that's what I do. I'm not going to just keep going. If I feel like, if it gets to the point where I feel like I'm kind of riding the clock, then I'll pull off a job or pull a piece of equipment off and bring something that's better suited. I know a lot of times people think, well, why don't you just take a dozer and doze it off? But what it is, we want to clean this up and make it more pasture. It's so steep, you're going to be lucky to be able to get grass seed to take on it. So that's where mulching's good. And if I just kept on, I could have made this machine climb these slopes, but by the time I did it, I would have the ground tore completely up, and it would have taken longer and a lot more expensive if they just brought a dozer in. So the customer's counting on us as contractors to guide them. And if you're getting into this business and just starting, don't think of it like, well, I don't have the right equipment for the job, I'm just going to take every job and do the best I situation, and contractors can work together. You know, you can sub out, which means that it's your job. You know, it's your project, but you're going to manage it for the customer. And me and some friends of mine, you know, we all swap jobs back and forth, because I've managed to make friends that have equipment that I don't have, and I have equipment that they don't have. And when you work by yourself, you don't, you know, some people are fortunate and are able to own a bunch of equipment and only be able to run one at a time if they work by themselves. But for the most part, a machine that's just sitting, it's costing you money somehow. Even if it just sits for a month, it is not good, especially on diesel engine-driven pieces of equipment, for them to just sit. Diesels like to work. So for me in my area, I've found that it pays to have friends, subcontractors, good subcontractors. You don't want to keep people around that are not good in communication or their quality of work. There's that. I actually had a interesting message from a guy the other day. He had went back, and you know, some people just want to kind of have. I mean, it was not a bad comment. The guy it was the video where I was talking about how to bid jobs and how I do it, and you know, I put out there how I do things, what's made me semi-successful. I do good. I stay busy enough to provide for my family and have some of the nice things that we want. And of course, I was just throwing numbers out there. I'm not going to give exact numbers. Then I give up everything that makes me competitive. But I'm just giving general numbers and how to use those, your operating costs and such. And this guy wanted his comment exactly, and hopefully he sees this video. It was, let's talk real numbers. I'd like to make $100,000 a year selling ice cream, but that's not going to happen. I'm not sure about that last part, disclaimer. But essentially, he was saying that he couldn't make $100,000 a year making ice cream. I don't know how that relates to grading and excavation, but to answer that question, why not? Why can't you make $100,000 a year selling ice cream? No, you're not going to go to the Arctic where there's nobody and there's plenty of ice and everything's freezing. No, you're not going to sell much ice cream. But I believe you can sell $100,000 a year in ice cream. As soon as you say I can't, you've already decided that you're not going to. It's not because I'm going to reach up high while I'm leaning back. It's not because there's not a market or people don't want to buy it. It's because you decide you don't want to try. Why would you do that to yourself? If your dream is to sell ice cream, do it. Even in winter time in the U.S., South Florida, it's hot. What do people look for when it's hot? Cold stuff, mostly cold air. You know, I went down to South Carolina to the beach this past summer, and I did not see a single ice cream truck go by. I'm not going to say they weren't there, but I didn't see it. And it was hot, and I thought, you know, ice cream would be nice. And it's funny, that guy's comment comes up. So, number one, why not go out and get you a little, like a food truck, ice cream truck, and start driving up and down the strip? I would not do it, you know, in the colder months. I'd start out in some peak of summer when it's the hottest. Get you an ice cream truck. Start riding up and down the road. Okay, you may not make a huge living at it. You may only profit $35,000 or $40,000 in a year. Wintertime comes, things slow down, you're on wheels. Drive that sucker down to South Florida. Get your business license if we're going to require it. And keep working. So if you find that you make $30,000 for one truck, buy you a couple more, put you some drivers in it. Aim high. I don't get this, you know, I can or I won't attitude. There's no reason for it. And well, I can sell ice cream and I can drive the truck, but I don't know how to run a business. Find somebody who does. Offer them a percentage of what you're going to make. That way you're not paying like a hourly. I ain't going to say this is going to work or my ideas are foolproof. One thing I want to do with my little channel here is encourage people. Give people more of an I can attitude. I don't understand why people haunt their self with an I can't do it attitude. I think you guys can. But I just thought that was kind of strange. He's not going to learn anything from my channel on selling ice cream. So if you're interested in selling ice cream, why are you wanting real numbers from a grading business video? That just goes to show you that individual is just somebody who's wanting to talk and have disagreements, and that's not. I'm not into that. If he really was wanting some advice, I would do more research on that career. But my suggestion. Where are we at on time? Okay, so the time-lapse video I made, it had some real-time footage in it. It's over now, so I'm guessing that the picture is all back on me. So to experiment here, I'm gonna stop the picture. I think that's pretty good. Let's see. Yep. All right, we're recentered. Mr. Dirt Perfect, I challenge you in your Pepsi versus me and my Dr. Pepper. Diet Dr. Pepper. Of course, I'm kidding. I love Mike. His videos are by far some of the best edited out of all of them. As he calls Chris over at Let's Dig 18, the big deal. We all kind of chat time to time. I'm hoping to sub out some work to all those guys, because I mean, you put yourself out here on these videos for the world to criticize what you're doing. Take some pride in what you're going to do. Hopefully I'm going to work with these guys and not just, you know, support each other on YouTube. I'm mowing off down on the side of this bank right now, and that's why I'm leaning up and looking forward. Tell you what, I think got my head cam and my chesty. I'll stick you guys on there and let you guys watch me work for a few minutes. Hold that thought. Okay. We're back at it with the Todd cam. I gotta get back in the habit of pointing my face right at this thing. So yeah, we're just kind of cleaning up these banks. I'm telling you, this FMX 36 is a good little attachment. You can reach up here and clean these banks off. Back just a touch. probably got about, I want to say 40, 50 hours on them now, with only one time I took the grinder to them. And I've just been trying to be extra careful with keeping those teeth out of the dirt and off the rocks as best I can, which under these leaves you never know when there's going to be a rock or barbed wire or something. I got a barbed wire up here yesterday. Luckily it didn't wind up too tightly. Now you watch when you're working around trees with one of these mowers, because like right now we're going uphill, upgrade on a road. So the trees are growing up, and the top of your boom is going to be closer to that tree than the head, so you got to be real careful, or you'll smash those little metal hydraulic pipes. I know you guys can't even see what I'm doing right now. That stuff's so small. But I have some people who love the time lapses, and some people like the real time. But as far as people who are wanting to learn, they tend to like the real time. To me, watching this stuff, watching this process is the most boring thing. So don't worry, I won't be offended, and it probably won't even hurt my feelings if y'all comment that this video stinks. I'm doing this for the people that are wanting to learn. One can always just turn it off when they're done watching it. That thing's rotten. Timber. See, now this little tree is leaning that way, so eventually as it grows and gets weight on it, it's going to keep leaning toward this road. So we're just going to go in here, and as I lift up on that, I'm going to push it. Drop him. Now we can process it just a touch. Doesn't have to be much. See if we can get a hold of it. There he goes. Get a hold of this piece. See how even that little sapling slowed that head down. If you're wanting to get into doing this for the highways, this is not the right platform. I will tell you right now, it is not going to work, because it's just not got enough power to power through big stuff, and that's what highway crews are wanting. They're wanting you to be able to run through this stuff fast. You know, dedicated machines tend to be a little bit better. See how that stopped that head? Now if you ever get something hung in there, turn your hydraulics off. Find you a sizable tree at the right angle. There's one leaning. Show you how to get this thing unhung. Just take those teeth, find a tooth that's pointing down, hook it on the side of a tree, and start rolling it. See, I rolled it right out backwards, and you're free. No more properly mowed. Now see right there's a vine that's climbing that tree. We're just going to snip it at the bottom. Now we'll just kind of come down through here. There's a bunch of little stuff trying to get thrown up on the road there. In an ideal situation, what I could do is go up here. Now I'm always looking ahead because I don't want to slam my boom into the side of a bigger tree. I'm going to go ahead and clear this side. Go back up just a touch. Too fast. saplings and sprigs and such. Well, actually, this part of the road, I could probably go off down in there. We just don't know. I really don't want to get his out of his mountain here. What was that? Hold on. Eroding. That 140 would do good up here, I think. But even the 140, there's some deadfalls, dead wood down on the ground in there that even it wouldn't power through too good, so that could cause a bit of a problem. If it were my land, I think I'd just put the bucket on this sucker where I can get in there and work around and collect all the dead wood on the ground before I bring the 140. That's what I think I would do for moi. It's all part of figuring each project out. That thing's hanging my chains. There he goes. Well, it's cutting them little trees real good. Let's go ahead and kind of top this little rig. I think it's dead anyway. Yeah. Hopefully I got enough memory on my phone to be able to process that picture in picture as well. That 140, I could go right off down in there with it. Just plow through this stuff if I needed to. Now, you guys don't forget in the comments if there's something you think I might do. There's a lot of things I don't make videos about, so if there's anything you've got an interest in when it comes to excavation, grading, land management, let me know. Be working, expanding to North Georgia this late winter and on into the next year, and hopefully years to follow. I've found somebody that I think I'll be able to work well with out there as far as taking on my jobs there. We're going to give them a try. Looks like a family-owned business, and I really have a special place for them. I need is somebody to run the camera. Have somebody in a little cart following me around this machine and work the zoom. Make these videos real good. It's hard for me to adjust the camera and keep production up. Alright, so we've made it to here. We have gotten this side of the road clean. So I'm going to swing around here. Look at that little spriggly tree there. We're just going to go ahead and start working that down. And pick back up. Them little dogwoods, I tell you what now. You didn't think it, them little suckers are hard to mulch. See that? It choked that machine right down. This head pick back up just a touch. Our next job, we actually got to get that creek diverted back to its original flow path. The neighbors put a bridge in and they put the culvert crooked. I think I talked about that in one of my other previous videos. That's okay if I get in the dirt right here, because it'll pull those briars out a little bit better. Let's just get this place good and clean here. practice with a little bit of zoom here. I like doing these and kind of practicing. Well, I guess I gotta cut it off. This may be a little bit more of a challenge to actually keep you guys centered in the screen, being zoomed in, but I bet the videos will be a little bit better. Or y'all can actually see how I'm kind of just hovering around on this stuff. This is up on a bank. I'm just trying to beat this brush back as far as I can. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is just a four-wheeler trail, more or less. Little white pine. You talk about the easiest thing to mulch. Now you can mulch a big white pine with this sucker. It's almost like when you hit it, the head will speed up. It's that soft. It doesn't phase it at all, unless it's a big one. If it's a big white, it'll choke it down. But all my buddies on here that do tree work, they know you can run a white pine through a chipper in no time. And now like a jack pine, it's actually pretty tough compared. And I'm gonna apologize. I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize, because when I'm zoomed out, I don't have to like move my head as I move that boom as near as much. Now I'm gonna put my boom down, my blade down there to stabilize, and you can see that I'm not near as bouncy. This road is actually asphalt millings. They must have done it by hand, like worked it just a little bucket at a time. So ain't no way a dump truck got up through here. Let's hit a little bitty narrow dump truck. Alright, got that brush. Let's knock this little guy down. This is just a practice video, more or less. This is just me kind of practicing, and I missed you guys. I haven't been able to make a bunch of videos here lately. I've took time off to spend with my family, and you know, wintertime slows things down. But my buddy Donald Sisney, I know he's still with me. And David Shields, they comment on every single one of my videos. Had another gentleman, he watched one of my current videos, and then he was going back. I hope he knows who it is. I appreciate him going back and actually watching all my older videos, because they are terrible. They're even worse than this, believe it or not, and this is bad. I'm not no professional video man. I just enjoy feeling like I'm helping people and informing them of this stuff. So now if we were doing this, you know, up a residential road, you know, somebody's nice paved road, we could do this better. It would just cost more, and for a trail, it's just not really worth putting the extra time into. So I'm just beating the briars down. And you'll find, even with big or little stuff, but I think especially the little stuff, you will find, like right here, let's see if I can get a good shot. When you go this way, it cuts pretty good, but when you go back this way, like you're back dragging a fixed unit, it cuts way better and it chops it up a lot finer. It's also not as bad to just grab pieces and throw them. So we're getting this road cleared up good. Moving right along. This is the only time of year that the air conditioning works in this machine very good. Now something else, here's a little holly tree. Well, this isn't. Let me just go ahead and knock these down. Just a couple of scrubs. I'm gonna cut the tops out, stunt their growth. Let the head pick up speed. You can see that I like leaving that head angled up when it's small stuff like that, because it tends to, the teeth grab it better and pull it into that head instead of just batting it around. Like I say, this stuff I don't think it's exciting, but you know, it's a way to make a living, so that's got to be beneficial to somebody. Let me just show you guys what it looks like down through there now. You can see that it's really opened that trail up. That's where this machine shines, you know. Excavators tend not to have a whole lot of side-to-side swinging power in comparison to their digging power, because digging is really what they're originally designed to do. So as far as pushing trees over side to side, you're better off just to do the extra little bit of work and finagle the machine around to where you can push on a tree. Now what I'm doing right here, that is a big old holly. But I feel like to give somebody their money's worth, every time the machine stops, I get everything that I can reach. Unless I'm told otherwise, you know. Now if they're like just absolutely go 10 feet off to either side, which is about half my boom width or length. Uh-oh, piece of wood hung. Now I just stop everything and I let that head spool up, and once it gets to its maximum speed, it'll usually spit out whatever's hung on it. You can see a little bit of brown, there it went. There's still something in there, so wherever I see that light brown or blonde streak on that drum, that's where that piece is hung. Line it up with a piece like this when it's wound all the way up, and then just pop it, and it'll kick it off every time. It has always done it for me every time. May not work for everybody, but you know. Let that head spool up. And I can hear it. It's kind of a whining sound when it really gets wound up. Now like right here, I'm reaching out for that stop, but that stop, it's real easy for it to grab those hoses. So be mindful. Those hoses are not cheap. Anybody's done this for any amount of time, you will rip hoses at some point. Keep looking behind me to make sure nobody's walking up on me. I have literally been working like this and somebody right on that window. So I've gotten to where I really try to keep my head on a swivel. I'm telling you, this thing, it's not the head, it's the stuff, I almost cussed. It's the stuff that it slings that will hurt or kill somebody. Let's just knock this down a little bit. Here's a fun little white pine. Now when you're just clearing the sides of this stuff, don't feel like you've got to mulch every one of these limbs. Just get close to that stem and just knock them off. You don't even really have to do that. I like doing it just because it's fun. Alright, for whatever reason, see this white pine, how quick it's going to go. Look at that. Wasn't nothing to that. For whatever reason, my GoPro automatically quit recording. It went through too many, it only records I think like 14 minutes at a time, and then it'll essentially stop recording and then start another video right away. It's like it only does 14-minute segments. Let's see how that's focusing out there. Oop, let's see here. We'll get y'all zeroed in here in a minute. Alright, we'll get you figured out. Hopefully I'm just not making the world's most horrible video. You guys feel free to give me some comments, like where you like the camera. You know, I know my last vote that I took, people tended to like seeing over my shoulder, and see, what was the other one? Over my shoulder and the chest cam. They like those the best, but given the circumstances here, There's no way for me to mount you guys on my chest or over my shoulder and be able to keep, you know, the action right in front of us. It is not going to happen. There's too much up and down. It would be okay if we were on level ground working right in front of us. That would be fine and dandy. But this would not work. Now this is the kind of work I like. You know, it's not like it's never ending or there's no end in sight. It's not going to take me a blue million years. I'm actually going to only put 8 hours in on this job. That's what we're contracted for. We're just cruising right along. Go up here and trim this pine up. Let's try a different. Alright. I just zoomed all the way back out. I didn't really do anything. Let's back up just a touch. In the particular, now see this little pine tree, one day it will be a big pine tree. So just to keep him from having to clear it in the future, we're going to go ahead and do it right now. Yep. No point in letting them grow up into big trees. Right now it costs him about a nickel to have it mulched up, as opposed to a lot of work later on. Before he comes to ride up this trail and that someday 75 foot or 100 foot tall white pine be laid out across the road. When they grow on these banks like this, they tend not to hang in there once they get big. Now see, this limb's coming straight toward me. I'm just going to put this boom out here, drive. Now we're just going to cut these limbs loose. Give this tree a proper trimming. These leaves haven't come loose yet. They're all over the place. Go ahead and trim this pine back. And see, like this kind of stuff is where this machine shines. It don't take a lot of power, but it goes through it quickly. Now, any of these limbs that are even looking like they're trying to come back my way, I'm gonna cut them loose. And I have found when you do that to a white pine, they won't grow back for the most part. This shoulder's soft, so I'm kind of being mindful here. I'm putting my blade down for some extra stability. Let's go ahead and reach up to the top of this white. That's not a bad tree, and I don't necessarily want to kill it. But I do want to manage this issue, so we're just going to cut the top off of him. Just going to nip it off. Now I'm going to square him. See what I mean by easy? Could just mulch every bit of this up now. I'm just going to knock it down so it's not left with too much of a mess. There. See, if you got an excavator, get you one of these. It's just like, you know, if you're in a profession where you know, use a screwdriver and knife, why buy just a regular pocket knife with one blade when you can get a utility knife and have many uses? Think about it. Just go ahead and nip them tips off there. I could prune a tree with this thing pretty good, and you know, properly if I wanted to put the time into it. I could just back them off down through there, but that'd be a rapid descent. Knowing I can go get a steel track machine and do it a lot more efficiently and cheaper for the customer. Now let's see what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to turn here to shield all my glass, and I'm just going to plow right past these little limbs. Use my boom to swing them little limbs around. Don't slap my glass too hard. Let's just go ahead and do this. Hip, hip, and away. Now, what I want to do is track up through here. Now what I want to do is swing it fast enough to where I can just swing them limbs up and out of the way. So hopefully I don't have too many to pick up when I come back through. It's always nice when they lay down in a way that I can get a hold of them. Not positive what kind of tree this is, but they tend to be pretty easy to deal with. I'll just go back and edit out any just scenes where I absolutely don't have any action centered. Up. Well, let's see if I can get the pick that up. Nope. Oh yeah. Come on. It does not want to do it, Captain. Come on. There we go. Oops. Now let's go back down to here and get this last little sprigger off. Sweep the floor here. Blade down. Anytime you're going to get close to the ground, put your blade down to stabilize yourself, and that way it's a little harder to dig in. Here we are. Come on. Pick it up. Alright. We're almost there here. Get this little bush out. Leave it looking too ragged. Presentation matters, even when it's not a job that's got to be perfect. Only one with a decently quality job. ollies don't hold up much. That'll do. Up and away. Alright, I'm gonna knock this little stretch out. I'll see where I'm at on time. I don't want to make these videos too long. So I'll do this video and maybe do a little bit more that I can post another day of the rest of the project. So you guys have a great day. Again, I hope y'all had a great Christmas. I hope Santa Claus gave you everything you wanted. And drop me some comments. Let me know what you did or didn't like about the video. And other than that, we love you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.